Welcome to our weekly news roundup. I'm Sonia, and I'm here with Simon.
Hi, Simon. I'm Simon. We'll be discussing the top stories from the past week.
Let's start with the financial updates coming out this week. Home Depot and Walmart are reporting earnings, and the minutes from the Federal Reserve's recent meeting are being released. What can we expect from these updates?
The earnings reports from major retailers like Home Depot, Target, Lowe's, and Walmart will give us a sense of how consumer spending is trending. The Fed meeting minutes will provide insight into their monetary policy decisions.
That's right. The reporting says that these updates will help give a clearer picture of the current economic landscape. Home Depot reports on Tuesday, followed by Target and Lowe's on Wednesday, and then Walmart on Thursday.
So the sequence of these reports will give us a gradual buildup of information about the retail sector. What are the key figures that investors will be looking at?
For Walmart, which reports on Thursday, investors will be watching the comparable U.S. store sales figure. But Bank of America points out that there's another crucial number that often gets overlooked.
What's that number, and why is it important?
Bank of America thinks investors should pay attention to more detailed aspects of Walmart's business beyond just the headline sales figure. The firm has reiterated a buy rating on Walmart.
That suggests there are nuances in Walmart's financials that could be significant for investors. Maybe we can explore what those nuances are.
The article doesn't go into detail about the specific metrics, but it implies that there's more to Walmart's performance than the obvious sales comparisons.
Let's switch gears to a different story. There's been another attack on a vessel operated by ADNOC in the Strait of Hormuz. What's the latest on this situation?
The attack happened on Friday evening, and fortunately, there were no injuries reported. This is the third such attack on ADNOC vessels in less than a week.
That frequency of attacks is alarming. What's the geopolitical context here? Have there been any accusations or claims about who might be behind these attacks?
The UAE has previously accused Iran of being behind the earlier attacks. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical waterway, and these attacks are raising security concerns and disrupting shipping.
The reporting mentions that shipping has been repeatedly disrupted, which can have significant implications for global freight rates and energy supplies. What's the international response to these attacks?
The United States has vowed to cripple Iran's economy through further economic sanctions, according to the reporting. This suggests a hardening of stance in response to the attacks.
So there's a complex interplay between geopolitical tensions and economic interests. The situation in the Strait of Hormuz is clearly volatile.
Let's move on to a more positive story. The Port of Montreal expansion project is now underway. Can you tell us more about this project?
The project is valued at $2.3 billion and involves constructing a new wharf. It's considered a nation-building effort, indicating its significance for the country's infrastructure.
That's right. The construction has officially begun, and it's part of a larger initiative to enhance Canada's infrastructure. The Port of Montreal signed a joint development agreement with DP World and secured a substantial loan from the Canada Infrastructure Bank.
What does this expansion mean for the region and for Canada's economy?
The expansion is expected to boost the economic activity in the region by improving the port's capacity and efficiency. It's a significant investment in the country's trade infrastructure.
So this is a major development project with potentially far-reaching economic benefits. It's interesting to see how different stories, from financial updates to geopolitical tensions to infrastructure projects, are all interconnected in the broader economic landscape.
Let's discuss a legal development that could have implications for the tech industry. The Maryland Tax Court has struck down the state's digital ad tax. What were the grounds for this decision?
The court ruled that the tax violates the Federal Internet Tax Freedom Act as well as the First Amendment. This decision has significant implications for big tech firms that were subject to the tax.
The court not only invalidated the tax, but also ordered state officials to repay the tax money already collected from companies like Apple, Google, and Peacock TV.
That raises questions about the potential refunds and how this decision might influence other states or jurisdictions considering similar digital ad taxes.
Exactly. The ruling sets a precedent and could impact the broader debate around taxing digital advertising. It's a complex issue with various stakeholders involved.
As we wrap up our discussion, it's clear that this week has brought a mix of financial, geopolitical, and legal stories that all have significant implications for different sectors.
That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.